at his shirt. Look at his crowd.
In the 5th box.
Get over! Get over!
How can that pin stay up?
He moved that 5-pin almost in front of where the 9-pin should be. He didn't miss that one. Joe's got to have his confidence up there right now. 11-pin lead plus another mark with only 5 to go.
Joe Tavernese, and he has a strike. We have mentioned that the building is rather hot, but that's because there are just so many people in here. The air conditioning is on, but it's just not making much impression on the big crowd. And Gary Carrington finally unloads in a typical Gary Carrington strike.
That's the way Gary had to come back and answer. Gary still needs to have another mark right here.
There are a few things more frustrating to a guy than when he's trying to load and he comes right in on the head pin and then gets something like this.
Now, it is frustrating, especially when you know you have to have a mark. You know, you're up against a mark.
He didn't get the bang action he wanted out of that one.
I was curious as if he was going to try to use the wood or not. That was either way. He could have either gone for the split or played the wood like he did.
And back comes Tavernese, and he is filling.
Right, he has a strike in that 6th. He almost had another.
Joe just has that ball working right now.
He has
a
the
tough
9
shot
pin to
here.
pick up.
The shot's not as easy as it looks.
Oh!
No, you're right.
As you can see, either wood didn't carry the shot.
Joe's average is about 125. He's bowling well over that tonight.
That almost looked like a tired throw, Dick. You know, you bring it a little too much left, you know?
Yeah, that ball there, it did look like he tried to steer it a little bit. Just missed the head pin then.
Yeah, and left it.
Well, Joe left 2 open boxes there for Gary to make his comeback. And this is where Gary's got to do it.
This is where he's got to do it, is right. 4 boxes to go, and he's got to do it right now because he's opposite. 2
Gary's
boxes.
got his spear leaf.
The wood, I would assume, is the only way you can try to make this baby, usually. He got it.
Right down the middle.
He split the dead with the wood that was sitting there in half. Just hit the red. Watch it, just...
Right on the red line. Right on the red line.
Gary throws another mark here. It's going to be a very interesting last 2 boxes.
Thin hit, not what he wanted. He wanted the biggie, and he doesn't have an easy one to convert. Boy, get that 3, 6, and try to get the 4. No. Now we come down to the last 2 boxes, and again, Joe Tavernese in the driver's seat at the moment.
Gary's got to hope that Joe opens up.
The advantage is 14 pins for Tavernese.
Joe has a shot here. You have to catch the end of the wood on the right-hand side, right at the 5-pin.
We've seen that leave on the right side, but without... And he made it.
That's a clutch ball. That's a clutch ball.
Whoa.
I believe that fill is going to force Gary to get a double.
And a nice mark in the 9th, a high fill in here. This man is on a roll tonight.
He has it.
Another big fill. Gary's going to have to get a triple.
And 6 more. 141. Gary Carrington takes a look at the scoreboard, which Scott Philbrick is keeping for the folks here.
He's got to just get 49 pins just to match him or beat him.
And with only 2 boxes. No.
I think if he throws a triple in the last box, he still loses by 1, I think.
Right.
Yeah. Nope. Joe Tavernese has done it again.
This is why Joe Tavernese and all these bowlers came here tonight. They want the opportunity to bowl for all the money. Bowl for the championship.
$1,000 went to Paul Berger, $1,500 to Tom Osta, $2,500 goes to Gary Carrington, and Joe Tavernese is assured of at least $5,000 as he goes in the final 2 strings against our top seed, Gary Casey. And we will be getting to that exciting 2-string final, and you'll be seeing the man who eliminated Gary Carrington, or rather moved him down, eliminated him from the top spot, eliminated Bruno DeFeo. If you did not see him in action on the show that was telecast at noontime today, if you did, you're very anxious to see him. If not, all we can do is hope that the left-hander is just as hot as he was the last 2 times he was on the air. So we will be getting to Joe Tavernese, JT from Lynn, who is really hot, challenging Gary Casey right after this. Why is he leading off here? Well, because this is a 2-string match, and he will be bowling second in the 2nd string. So it's like the middle string of our regular show. Gary Casey, who had a phenomenal 2 weeks, and particularly the show that was aired at noontime today. Just phenomenal.
Last 2 weeks, Gary's been throwing a lot of strikes. He had the triples 2 weeks ago and 2 sets of doubles today.
He bowled a 188 in his final string today.
All right, he starts on with a 9.
Hit 462 and became the top qualifier for this show.
There's the ball he threw this morning.
Yeah.
He has an unusual way of, with his right, once he puts the ball in his left hand, look like he cradles his fingers in his right hand to get comfortable. I noticed it when he rolled the triple last week. See, watch what he does with his right hand. He kind of rolls his fingers up there.
Right on it.
He's off to a good start.
John Belanti of the Globe is right nearby, and he has pointed out that, give you an idea of how hot Joe Tavernese is. Coming into, in moving up 3 steps on the step ladder, he rolled 11 spares and filled them with 5 strikes and 2 nines.
And here he goes again. He's delivered another spare, and it's with the extra balls that he has won, and he's able to move up.
Love called loud and clear by Don Riley. So they will be reset. And this will be his second ball and no fill on the spare.
Well, he's got to shake that one off and come right back. Almost made the spare.
He sure did.
Doesn't have a clean shot at the 10 pin.
But he got it.
Didn't need it.
That's not like Joe to lob either. You know, as long as I've bowled with Joe, I've never seen him lob very often. He got called twice tonight.
Now we can, I'm sure nobody sympathizes more than Don Riley with Ralph Stewart, who sits at that spot. It's a tough one, because the fact is that both Ralph and Don are bowlers, and so you hate to call it on a guy. You hate to, but you have to.
And they know everybody involved, you know.
8 is the fill for Gary Casey, and he's left with the 1 and 2. Ooh.
Just missed it, right?
Just missed it.
Gary's still trying to get rid of the butterflies.